For decades, the security equation in the Middle East was simple. The Gulf monarchies pumped the oil, and the United States military provided an absolute shield against regional threats. But that ironclad guarantee started to crack. When the U.S. pulled out of Afghanistan, the optics of a rapid military exit sent a quiet panic through allied capitals. The breaking point arrived in 2019. Iranian drones bypassed billions of dollars of defensive networks and struck Saudi Arabia's core oil infrastructure. Despite the scale of the damage, Washington chose not to launch a massive retaliatory strike. Add in the recent chaotic spillover from the Israel-Iran conflict disrupting the Strait of Hormuz, and Gulf leaders are realizing a difficult truth. The American security umbrella is steadily folding up. If these regional powers want to survive the coming decades, they have to engineer their own independent defense architecture. The vacuum left by Washington is being filled by a mutual defense pact signed between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan. The core of this agreement operates just like the actual NATO. It relies on a collective defense principle, meaning an attack on one member legally forces the others to strike back. Recently, Pakistan's defense minister went public with a massive expansion. He indicated that Turkey and Qatar are actively preparing to fold themselves into this exact same framework. This expansion shifts the pact from a symbolic agreement into a tangible, multi-regional military bloc. To understand exactly how formidable this alliance is on paper, we have to look at what each of these four nations brings to the table. Pakistan provides the physical backbone. They offer one of the world's largest standing armies, elite intelligence, and crucially, the Islamic world's only nuclear arsenal. Saudi Arabia acts as the financial engine. They bring near-limitless capital from their oil exports, paired with religious legitimacy in the Sunni Muslim world. Turkey injects advanced military technology. They have a rapidly expanding domestic defense industry, combat-proven autonomous systems, and decades of institutional knowledge from operating within Western NATO. Finally, Qatar steps in as the ultimate facilitator. They leverage deep pockets from massive liquefied natural gas exports, elite diplomatic negotiation networks, and the existing infrastructure of hosting both U.S. and Turkish military bases. The combination of nuclear deterrence, capital, and modern autonomous weaponry creates a formidable strategic architecture on paper. The prospect of this machine coming online is particularly concerning to its immediate neighbors, specifically India. For years, New Delhi has carefully navigated the Middle East by maintaining distinct, independent relationships with individual states like Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Qatar. A unified bloc makes that diplomatic balancing act much harder to maintain. Geographically, a linked network stretching from Turkey down through the Gulf to Pakistan forms a contiguous wall. Integrating Turkish technology with Pakistan's naval positioning creates a formidable presence on India's doorstep, threatening vital maritime trade routes. For India, the formation of this bloc creates a massive, multi-front challenge, potentially squeezing New Delhi's influence across its western maritime and land borders. On paper, the metrics are intimidating, but multilateral treaties require absolute internal cohesion to survive, and that is exactly where this concept hits a wall. The alliance lacks a single unifying adversary. Saudi Arabia's defense strategy is almost entirely focused on containing Iran, while Pakistan's military apparatus is built around countering India. Turkey is heavily occupied with Kurdish militant groups, and Qatar's primary security concerns revolve around internal regime stability. They are four nations staring in four different directions. Then you have the internal power struggles. Saudi Arabia and Turkey have engaged in a bitter rivalry over who leads the broader Sunni Muslim world. There is also deep historical friction between the Gulf states themselves, highlighted by the recent severe diplomatic freezes between Saudi Arabia and Qatar. You can assemble all the capital and weaponry in the world, but a military machine cannot move forward if its gears are grinding against each other. These deep-seated contradictions might prevent a formalized signed treaty from ever seeing the light of day. But whether the final document gets signed or not is secondary to the intent behind it. The attempt to build this network demonstrates a clear fracture in the old American-led order. It signals the start of a much more fragmented and competitive geopolitical landscape.